is mental illness, nor go confining mentally ill people. The 5th century BC, Hippocrates contributed to this change. He tried to change the occupation and the environment of the ill person, and sometimes use certain substances as medicine. Okay, so in 1909, Clifford Beers, a man called Clifford Beers, founded the Mental Health America, that's the MHA. The organization sponsored research efforts to develop a better understanding of conditions so the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration hosted the first National Children's Mental Health Awareness Day, and that was in 2005. Okay, so today is that day where you must take care of your child, and most of us don't know that children can also go through the same thing that adults are going through. And so that's the reason we need to take care of them. We need to care for them. We need to make sure they, don't throw certain kind of tantrums that can cause major problems to themselves. And then if you see a child throwing tantrums like that, you should be able to know that something is wrong. And what is needed to be treated by a therapy is some certain kind of care and, possibly maybe loving and care to them must not be what you start using prayer for. Yeah, prayer, God answers prayers, but I don't think He answers all prayers though. So when you see a child doing certain things and you try to care for them first of all, and then you can also with that add the prayers, and that'll be better. And not just using prayer while you are not doing the right thing. So care for your children. All right, today is also today's a Russian Victory Day, and this is for Russia. So for those who are actually not happy about them because of the Russia-Ukraine war, it's a different thing altogether here. So Russian Victory Day is today, and the celebrations actually get grander with every passing year. So Russia celebrates Victory Day to commemorate the Soviet Union back then victory over Germany in World War II, while traditionally a day of introspection and mourning for Europe. The spirit in Russia is diametrically the opposite. So Victory Day is a public holiday, and of course the highlight is spectacular military parades, and the armed forces go all out. Some consider it as a remembrance of millions of Russians who died in the war. All right, so it is a whole lot of that. I don't want to go into the history because we got a lot to do tonight. All right. So what else? Today, let's see. Today, we've done a lot of, a lot of. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna pick one more, and we're gonna go. So today is also a sleepover day, National Sleepover Day. This is on the light notes, where you have to do a lot of gossip and pillow fight and stuff like that when you invite your friends over. This is just to make sure that people are good, people around you are okay. So the National Sleepover Day is on today. It is a day to celebrate amazing sleepovers that have been way for friends to bond for decades. And on a National Sleepover Day, you can relive the midnight bonding with friends that made your teens so awesome. And those ones that you're very close to, those ones that you're close to, you grew up with, you can invite them and then do some fun games. Sleepovers have been held by the adolescents and teenagers as a way to to spend more time with friends and a free, wholesome environment is an opportunity for people to let their hair down and make some incredible memories with their friends, from sharing stories about their personal lives to bonding over a sad movie together. It's literally for bonding. So if you have friends, get them over. All this is about love and care. People don't care anymore. People don't show love anymore. And the reason is because when one troubles one gets angry, and that one wants to trouble the next one. So it keeps developing. It's like networking. When somebody does something bad to somebody, maybe your friend, that one will say, "Oh, I've learned my lesson. I won't take it lightly. I'm not gonna agree for anybody." Now, and somebody else who is not even your problem, who doesn't have any issue with you, simply because somebody hurt you, you're now taking that same hurt in you, that anger, and put it on somebody else who doesn't have any problem with you. And that's so wrong. That's very, very wrong. And that's the mentality that a lot of people have in this side of the world. But the most crazy thing about this is because is that when you do this, you're the one killing yourself. I'm not trying to give you a pep talk, though. I'm just saying, when you do that, you kill yourself. Why? Because you can't be carrying rotting eggs that smells, or rotting oranges in the full bag over your back for how many weeks? It smells and is heavy on you, so you definitely will be the one who's going to go through the pains at your spinal cord, and also the smell can put a sickness in you. So that's how bitterness is. That's how grudges is. You don't grudge on anyone, even though they wrong you. All you need to do is just drop the bag of rottenness and move on. So, but if you do that, you're going to be the one killing yourself. So, I just wanted to bring that out. So be coming down. All right. Okay. So it's time for us to get to what we know how to do every Thursday. And, we're about to start. So get ready. All right, time has really gone fast, and this is 20 minutes gone past the hour of 10 o'clock. Yes, sometimes when I laugh like this, you don't know exactly what's making me laugh. So, and I'm not going to tell you, okay? All right. Okay, so it's the Trending Thursday where we bring you the biggest news and the breaking stories that is making rounds here in Nigeria and all of that stuff, and even the new breaking of some of the stories. You definitely will bring it out to you. And so if you want to be part and you want to give out your thoughts and your reactions, we can give you that opportunity to do it. But usually we're just going to keep you posted and keep you up to date on the newest stories and the evolving stories that you already know. Okay, so we're gonna start right this minute while Doze will join me much later. Okay. All right. Let's start. So this story here says Tinubu appoints Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Ekpo as co-chair of the NCDMB. Tinubu appoints Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Ekpo as co-chair of the NCDMB. All right. So I'm going to put you up to speed on this one. This one here says President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Ekpo, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, as the co-chairman of the Governing Council of the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board, the NCDMB. Now, the statement by Special Advisor to the President to Media and Publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, today noted that the appointment was in line with the Tinubu's commitment to establish a more efficient, targeted and consistent approval process for a unique oil and gas project in the country. He noted that it was also to further ensure effective oversight of the gas aspect of the nation's assets. All right. And this one here says, this is the one that is actually related to all of us, which some of us find it very difficult to get with. All right, so there's been a whole lot of, madness going on the, cybercrime levy. And some people have some misconception about this, which we might be able to clear if I find out that some people, because up until now, some people don't understand what this means. But let me bring this to you. This one here says, updated representative, or shall I say reps, asks CBN to halt implementation of 0.5% cybercrime levy. Reps ask CBN to halt implementation of 0.5 cybercrime levy. So the House directed the CBN to withdraw the ambiguous circular and issue a new one that provides clarity. The House of Representatives has directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to halt the implementation of the 0.5% cybercrime levy on transactions. The solution or dissolution was a sequel to a motion of urgent public importance moved by the minority leader of the House, Kingsley Chinda, on today, as a matter of fact. Okay. So the CBN on Monday actually released a circular for the implementation of the cybercrime prohibition, prevention Amendment Act in 2024. The circular stated that the implementation of the levy will begin 2 weeks from the day of its announcement. So the circular was directed to all commercial, merchant, non-interest in payment service banks. So according to the CBN, the directive is in line with the recent amendment to the Cybercrime Prohibition, Prevention, and etc. Amendment Act 2024. Well, we're looking forward to that to see how it's going to go. A lot of people are complaining, but I heard it wasn't 0.5%. I heard it was 0.005%. Some people had this. First of all, I need to welcome my. I don't know if you appear here as a spirit. I don't even know when you came to sit down here. Does it? You're welcome.
Ryan.
My man, does it? You're smiling again today. You want a jackpot?
I think I revealed, the secret behind my smiles anytime I come here. I did.
No, this particular one is about the football and it's about the match.
Okay.
Are you forgetting? You were just jumping all of it.
Since you mentioned now, let me just buttress it. Okay.
Please do.
It's good to, personally, I love people who are intentional about what they do. Okay. That's one reason why I hate the word mistake in things that
people will make mistakes. I don't know why you keep saying this thing. People will make mistakes,
but there are some things that are intentionally done that you shouldn't be counted as mistake. But that's by the way. What I'm saying
by an adult or children.
I love people, in adults. I love people who are kind of intentional, okay, about what they are doing, like efforts, about the efforts they make and things they do, honestly. Especially if you come to football. Like personally, I have a club that I support, but as a footballer or someone who loves football, a football analyst or whatever, I support teams. Sometimes you see my team playing against another team, but because that team, they are doing well, the boys are hardworking, they have the right mentality towards the game, and they are doing the job well, you see me supporting them. So that is what this particular team that made me to be jumping up some minutes ago. That was one thing about them. This is a particular team that since this season started in European football, they've never lost any game. They've had more wins and few draws, but no loss. So they've been trying to keep what we call unbeaten run in all competitions.
Are they using something?
And the only team that have done it before played 48 games unbeaten. That is Benfica of Portugal. And then they equalized that 48, the last one they played. So the one they played today was supposed to be the 49th for them to top it up. And now in that game, they were losing 2-0 at 70 something minutes. I think towards the 8 something minutes, they scored 2, they got 1, making it 2-1. Then extra time towards the end of the game entirely, they equalized. And they've had such scenario twice or more than twice, whereby they were losing, coming from behind towards the end of the game during extra time. You see them equalizing and still keeping to that their unbeaten run. The efforts from these guys actually is what a lot of people are supporting them to maintain it because of what? That hard work, that effort, intentional effort, conscious effort towards what they are doing. Honestly, personally, it gives me joy. As a football lover, I love seeing teams, unlike the team I support, whereby the players, they just
and then you jump to another team,
lackadaisical and lousy. They are not really serious about what they do.
But they are serious. It's just not their time.
No, not really. It's not. They are not serious. If you see people who are serious, that's why I was jumping up for these guys, because they are serious. They are very serious, and they have few games left.
The day they lose, what's going to happen?
They've not lost yet, and they are not going to lose. It's remaining about few games.
I mean,
okay, this semi-final, they'll be playing the final with Atalanta. The team I'm talking about is Bayer Leverkusen. They'll be playing the final with Atalanta towards the end of this month. They'll be playing it. So that's the final game left for them to play in Europe. And then in their domestic league, that's the German Bundesliga. I think they have about 3 or 4 or 5 games left, right? Yeah, between that 3, 4, 5. They're almost at the point of completing it, and they have another final I've forgotten the name of that cup.
You will
Germany.
you will discuss this with the football guys.
Yeah, it's all right. Sorry to take you to that point. You mentioned it. I didn't want to talk about it. You mentioned it, so I decided to.
I know. I understand that you love football.
Very well. In fact, that's.
But I don't want you to be emotional.
That's my bad mood killer. Bad
mood killer.
No, okay. Let me not use the word bad mood. That's my. What I call it. My antidote to stuff like that. Like I love football. Is in fact, if you take away football from my life, you've taken a.
So if you want to kill you now, it's just knock you into a place where there's no football.
I don't want to talk about those days in school. What football, but it's something I love so much, both playing and.
Bottom line is what's making you happy. Today,
very
different from yesterday. Right?
Okay, today, what made me happy? You said I smiled when I came in here. Apart from the game you mentioned, what made me happy, like I reviewed yesterday, is the fact that I'm coming to talk to my favorite people. The listeners, people who I love to talk to, I love to discuss with, interact with, and stuff like that. So anytime I'm coming here to talk to them, come on, I'm always happy. So.
Okay.
I don't know why you always keep stressing on my mood every time I come here. But seriously,
do you know that it's nice when you come on work with all the stress and with all the trouble, the hustles and everything that's going on, and you still come and smile. Sometimes I don't even smile like that. It's just that
really,
I don't do that. But it's just that sometimes we just need to keep the face going like that, chins up and stuff like that. But yours is good. You're trying.
These people are these wonderful people I'm talking to. They deserve the smiles and So Ryan, let's just talk about Nigeria today.
Okay, so now I just talked about the House of Rep who was saying that they should halt the cyber. That one is a different it's a cyber crime levy thing.
Yeah.
Now the Northern elders also are rejecting the CBN cybersecurity levy, and it's saying it is illegal and it's insensitive. I know when the insensitive is there, it is deep, because the government is supposed to understand exactly what we're going through, what the people are going through. And, bringing this one now is definitely, it's going to erupt a whole lot that will cause so many damage in the country. Now, I heard, apart from this levy we were talking about, that will be 0.00.5. Some people say it's 500. No. Some people say it's 5 naira. No. I think it's 50 naira per. Like, for example, if you're doing 10,000, they're going to be taking 15 naira. It's not. I don't think it's 5%.
That's 0.00%.
Yeah, that's it. So it's not 5%.
What we had at initial is 0.5%.
Yeah, but they make the correction. I think they've made the correction. They've clarified that
this is Nigeria.
Okay.
This is Nigeria.
So they might not clarify. They might just come up and tomorrow the same thing will be happening. And
that's
then
why I say this is Nigeria.
So, I mean, it's crazy. Now, apart from this one, we also know that the telecommunication levy is coming out very soon. That definitely will be another one. This money is not going to the banks. This is going to the security, and it doesn't make any sense that the plight to the people, exactly what's going on, the economic has actually plunged down deep to a place of no return. We're not seeing anything working, and you're doing this. This is why people are complaining. Apart from this, I also heard that the chairman of tax, whatever association or committee is looking forward to be able to increase our VAT. They're looking forward to increase VAT also. So I mean, Nigeria definitely, these things, it will definitely affect the food, the market women, the market men, people who do business. They will inflate the price of food and inflate the price of things, of goods, and of course it will affect those who are working, who their salary is as low as lesser than so I say $1, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, we're talking about the minimum wage. If the minimum wage is actually considered as the labor and TUC are spitting fire concerning that to 615, which some people are saying is now possible. Well, we're looking at how that will unfold. If it does happen, 615, we will not be so worried when it comes to all of this levy. Telecommunication on is coming. VAT is coming. And then, of course, I heard also that because of the money that the federal government actually took from World Bank, they are looking for omission levy. They just want to just collect everything while the money you've not even settled. It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know where to start. So let me read this out, and then I think this is exactly cybersecurity levy, outrageous, insensitive, inhumane Nigerians react. And I don't know what you're going to react based on that. If you have any understanding on this, please, when it's time for you to call in, you can be part of us. We want to hear your thoughts if you want to, and of course your reactions. For those of you who have not reacted for all of the programs that's related to any of these stories, this is your time. We're going to give you that opportunity to react to. And this one is actually related to all of us because it's money. You have not increased, you have not deal with the, the minimum wage. We're still below, in fact, beyond poverty level. We're extremely, a lot of people, the average man is extremely, poor. That is now being confirmed. And you're collecting. You're still collecting, and you still have more to collect at this time when things are like this. It's crazy. So the Northern Elders also reject the CBN cybersecurity levy, says it's illegal and insensitive. Now, I'm going to put you up to speed on this one. The Northern Elders Forum, the NEF, a prominent social culture organization representing the interests of the northern region of Nigeria, has strongly condemned the Central Bank of Nigeria's recent decision to impose a cybersecurity levy on bank customers. Now, the statement released by the NEF Director of Publicity and Advocacy, Abdulaziz Suleiman, is that the forum expressed that the dissatisfaction with the policy, citing the escalating costs associated with the banking transaction as a result of multiple charges, is madness. He said the NEF described the CBN's directive as arbitrary, illegal. He said it's illegal and it's out of touch with the realities faced by Nigerians. All right. And he said it's therefore called on the federal government to reconsider the policy and implore the alternative measures to ease the financial strain in individuals while still promoting the use of electronic payments. Okay. The Northern Elders also pointed out that the introduction of cybersecurity levies, in addition to existing fees such as the stamp duty transfer fees, value-added tax, and SMS charges, has placed an unbearable financial burden on individuals engaged in the electronic transaction. I am wondering, by the time the point of sales agents will make the registration, as the federal government is calling out for the CAC registration, after they do it, of course, I was just discussing with someone downstairs that you see how these people has pushed us to a level where and I'm actually believing that those who are going to do the registration, they're going to increase their own levy. It's not going to be as usual as what we're going to be paying. And of course, I said it before, the money, as we know, the money is not going to the banks, it's going to the federal government and the Office of the Security, whatever. Now, POS people will start charging you beyond that very soon.
Yeah, the price, yeah.
Now, and it is because the bankers, the owners of the bank, has made a lot of money, and they're still making a lot of money from the POS. They are the one pushing this thing. I believe that from day one, the cashless policy that they came up with was made for this to happen. It's like this is a premeditated, careful plan. I think, I don't know, because everything now is is unfolding somehow. This is a plan for years or decade. I don't know who did this. There's some people, and it's still the same politicians. Those who come in, those who leave, because it's the one that are living that will still go into another. So it's still the same set of people.
Yeah.
Decades from now, they're still going to be the same. So they push us into all of these things for us to not to be doing cashful stuff but cashless. And so that now you go to the bank and you don't get the money you want. You are deprived, but in getting your own cash, the money that you actually want, and they'll tell you it's the policy. And then they will now push you to the point of sales agent, who happens to be people that are supposed to be doing transaction with the low income or small. Let me use the word, the small money. You go to the bank and you want to go to get bigger money, a big bulk of money. You can't see it, so you'll rather succumb in going to the POS. And now that the POS people are trying to register before the deadline of, is it July 7th? Watch what's going to happen. Their own levy now will be double. So Nigerians will be the ones suffering.
The Nigerians have always been the ones suffering.
I know, but this is another level of suffering. So it's crazy. Anyone who wants to be part, you want to chook your mouth, you have anything to say, your reactions, your thoughts, you can call the number. Does it hold on? You're going to talk. So you can call let me give the number out already. 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. And the WhatsApp call or chat or messages will be on this number, 081 71 75 6338. All right, go ahead, man. Kill them and bury them.
No. I don't really have the strength to do that tonight, because it seems like what happens here in this part of the country, in this our country rather, is we just keep seeing things go wrong, go against the citizens. The citizens come out to complain. We keep talking. The media houses, the few of them that that can actually talk, because we know what's the situation has been like in the media. A whole lot of regulations and all that. So the few that are actually bold enough to at least say something, even though they say it's instead in guideline with the regulations, we keep saying these things and we keep saying these things, and the more we talk, it seems like the more we talk, the more things happen. You talk today, by waking up tomorrow, today, now let's just watch out. By tomorrow, now you see another drama will come up. Another thing will just come up, and then the people will now be. I don't know. Rhyme is no longer. How can a country where now look at the number of companies, big brands, multinational companies that are leaving the country. Recently now it's Microsoft leaving the country, and they are not even asking the question, these companies that are leaving the country, what are the number of employment jobs they've created or they create in this country prior to their leaving the country. Now imagine the number of persons being employed or under the payroll of some of these companies. What would be of them? Why these companies leave? So what we are saying is, the more things get difficult, the more people are being subjected to difficulties, like will I call it intentional acts by these people at the top. You're enforcing cyber security levy. I don't even want to go into it in the sense like asking questions of what exactly is the need of this thing, because we know in as much as we all tend to keep censor some of the things we say, abide to rules and regulations and guidelines and all that, but we all know that this thing, if you follow it up properly, you end up discovering that there will be no way this thing is going to turn out to favor the ordinary citizen of Nigeria. Me and you, we are here and we know things that go on here. It will turn out at the end of the day, it will not have any way it will favor the citizen of Nigeria. We all know, no be Nigeria with it. So I don't know. I keep saying something here that it seems that these guys, they derive joy, seeing the citizens suffer. Like you see something, you know where the root cause of the problem is. You know exactly what to do for things to be right in this country. You never do it. You be just going around, looking for. It seems that this will just intention want to punish. People are no longer finding this funny. They're no longer finding it funny. Just as you try to break down the whole thing. These guys, if you are talking about the POS, those of them that operate by the point of sale, if these things should be enforced and it becomes a thing, it's going to affect the price of withdrawals, both from the bank and from these guys,
of course, because
the higher the transactions you run with them, these transactions, they run it with their own account. Do you understand? They run it with their own account. I mean, between them and the banks, before they will now reach out to you by either giving you the cash or making the transfer to your own account and stuff like that. So they themselves will also be making some of these transactions with their account, and those levies will also be charged. It will be applicable to them, and when they make some of those payments, when some of those deductions are made to them, they will also have to recover it back by letting it reflect on whatever thing the customer is coming to do with them. So these are little ways these things are going to affect, apart from the ones that we are going to be charged when we do our own personal transactions. Even when you go to some of these agents to do one or two transactions, you also be charged by them. Because the whatever amount of money you want to take is going to affect them. The higher the amount of money, the higher they will pay, and they would like to put it in your own charges. So if you look at, man, is I don't know, and I just feel like we can just say this thing once and then they will just change automatically and start doing the right thing.
It's also going to affect the markets. Because for those who are going to be selling goods, everything, those who are going to be selling goods also will tell you that, look, they need cash. Probably that will be better for them, because if you want to do that, the transaction thing, they will tell you, okay, fine, cash will be better. But if you want to do it, however, they want to take the money from your own, because they wouldn't want to pay for transactions for your goods you buying.
I feel like these guys, they will just.
It's crazy.
I feel like what these guys do is, like, every day that comes up, they will send one or two persons or ask a few persons around them, please go out there and check on Nigerians. Are they happy? Do they feel like they've forgotten the one we did yesterday? No, if the answer comes as yes, it seems like they are moving on. It's okay, now I bring this one, let's impose this one on them, let's take them back to, it seems like they don't just want people to. What is so difficult in making this country work? What is so difficult?
All right, let's move into somewhere else so that we'll start picking the calls. Calls are coming in already. You guys,
all they're interested in is just their politics. You wake up today, Reinstate, Fubara, this, irrelevant things that doesn't have anything, no single benefit to the common man. Things that am I even saying most of them? All of them, all their interests now, most of them, their minds are now in what? 2027. Anything you're talking about as you're just on your own.
I think this is the reason why they're looking for a way to get more money. Through all of this, I don't know, cronies. Anyway, let's move into another one. This one here says, breaking: lawmakers elect Jumbo as Oko Jumbo as the Rivers Assembly Speaker. You all know that there's been a whole lot evolving when it comes to the battle between the recent governor Sim Fubara and the former governor's loyalists, and it's been crazy. Yesterday, Wednesday, I saw the video. I was shocked. You remember when I was screaming like, there's a new speaker now. There's a new speaker now in Reinstate House of Assembly. But let me put you up to speed, and then for those who are thinking something different. Now, lawmakers loyal to Governor Sim Fubara on Wednesday, that was yesterday, elected Honorable Victor Oko Jumbo as a Speaker, Reinstate House of Assembly. Okay, and this development actually came barely 48 hours after Governor Fubara declared that the majority of the 27 members, now 25 members of the House, who defected from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) to All Progressive Congress (APC) as non-existent. The opposition APC has also, in the last 48 hours, instructed its members at the state parliament, who are now the majority, to impeach the governor. This evening, I heard, shall I say, the former speaker, Enemi, was talking about something that the governor is trying to demolish their quarters. First, it was the House of Assembly building, and now is the quarters that he's trying to. This is an allegation, as a matter of fact. And the governor was being interviewed. He said, look, is there anything wrong for him to come and inspect and look around and see what is going on after he heard of the new speaker? Okay. After he heard of the new speaker. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. And it was a short speech he gave there. I don't know. It's crazy. It's definitely going to be more crazy stuff will be coming. And we're involving this story is every day you keep hearing different stuff, and so I'm going to bring you what exactly Enemi, the former speaker. Shall I say the former speaker, or I don't know, how do I say it? So this one here says Fubara plotting to demolish Rivers Assembly quarters. Now this is the pro-Wike lawmakers at Warren throwing this allegation. Members of the River State House of Assembly, loyal to FCT Minister Wike, have alleged that Governor Sim Fubara is planning to demolish the Assembly quarters. Okay, so we've got the report. Fubara paid unscheduled visits to the Assembly quarters located at Alabo Road in Port Harcourt today, and at a press briefing immediately after the visit by the governor, Speaker Martin, okay, shall I say former, or shall I say is he still the speaker? We don't know. But Martin Enemi accused Fubara of being a violation of the subsisting court order. All right, there's a lot of affliction everywhere.
You see, Rhyme, sorry to cut you short. Let me just say this.
Go ahead.
You see, in this country, we tend to, play politics, or rather focus more on all these politics, that we forget that there are people who are really the reasons why politics is being played in the first place. Why politics is introduced, or rather why leadership is made to be. Before there is a leader, there are people. Before there is a leader, there is a people to be what? To be ruled. Because there can't be a king without a kingdom. For you to be a king, there is a kingdom. So the main face, or the main person, or the main receiver of whatever thing when it comes to leadership is the people, or the people who are being led. So these guys, that's why when they keep saying all these whole things and all these whole stories of Fubara, Wike and stuff like that, I get angry, because you keep wondering. Today you hear Wike loyalist, this one loyalist, allegiance, who saw allegiance to this and this and this, for crying out loud. What are those for? Who are you supposed to be loyal to in the first place? These guys, you don't even know why they were even selected or appointed or elected in the first place to stay there. You're being loyal to this guy. You see them fighting, like, you see outdoors people's fathers, and doing things that you say for you be getting father, irritated.
Did they know that they are fathers?
No, see, to be honest with you, at times these things I see them as being so childish. In the name of power, in the name of want to belong or want to make yourself known, announce yourself and all that. Today, why should a governor be loyal or answerable to another, or an ex-governor, or someone who is meant to be a speaker, a house of a rep, representing the people? You are there pledging allegiance and all that, being loyal and not being loyal and all those.
But
what does people of Rivers State need all these things? What do they have? What business do they have with all this whole game and drama everywhere? What business? They don't have any business with it.
But come think of it, when Odili left as a governor and hand over the place after the much battle with what was his name again? The Amechi. He wasn't actually having any issue with him, and he didn't disturb him. He didn't come. He didn't say you have to give me this. You have to do this because that didn't happen. There was no clash. When Amechi also left, when Wike, yes, they have issues, but Amechi didn't trouble him that much. He just went his way and do his thing.
You see.
So I mean, I think
until
that's where it started.
Until we get rid of this whole godfatherism and loyalty to a particular person or a set of people, this whole godfatherism of a thing, until we get rid of it, until we scrape it off entirely in this country, we keep on getting it wrong. This whole thing is not like is part of, but it is in entirely what ruined Abia State, that kept Abia State almost for 24 years at the dark.
Okay.
This whole godfatherism. Okay, I was a former governor. I ruled this state. I'm handing you over. I bought ticket for you. I brought you out from prison. I want to make you the governor. You were nothing before. You were nobody before. You were an ordinary lecturer. I want to make you a governor. You're going to remain loyal to me. When this comes out, look at what's, all these whole things. Until we get rid of, even at the national level, we still encounter this whole godfatherism thing. You see the truth. You see the right. You will never do it because your guy is telling you not to, but you know that thing is the right thing you should do for people to be able to get the dividends of whatever thing you call democracy. But you won't do it because someone who is at the top, who feels like he's a god over you, or you swore allegiance to him, or you want to remain loyal to him, or he gave you money to buy your ticket, or he sponsored your campaign or whatever, is somewhere there controlling you, telling you should do. Until we get rid of it, you see all this whole talk of fighting corruption, and anybody that comes, we tell you, and even those who are embodiment of corruption will come and tell you they want to fight corruption, and all these things will not work until we get rid of this whole godfather. This particular thing has eaten deep into our political system, and it has messed us up.
All right, move along. This one here says updated. I want to keep you updated before we start taking calls. That call's coming. Alleged abuse of office, court admits Sirika, 2 others to 100 million bail each, and I know you know about this. So
how much did they allegedly how much was allegedly were they alleged to embezzle?
Is a big money.
No, I want to hear it. I know that I want you to say it. You that said the 100 million should also say the amount. Let's now compare and contrast.
Anyway, let me put you up to speed now. God. The Federal Capital Territory FCT High Court today admitted that Hadi Sirika, a former aviation minister, and 2 others to bail in the sum of 100 million each. So the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, arraigned the former aviation minister Hadi Sirika before Justice Sylvanus Origi of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory FCT, Metama, on 6-count amended charge. Also arraigned are Sirika's daughter Fatima Jalal Hama and Al Durang Investment Limited for alleged abuse of office and fraudulent contract award. Now, delivering ruling in the case of after their counsel have argued their bail application, the prosecution did not object. Justice Origi granted them bail. Bail is granted to each of the defendants, first, second, and third, in the sum of 100 million, with two sureties. Okay, so hey, it's crazy.
If you're done reading, I'll say something.
Go ahead. It's the money is big. It's not something. I don't think that's the amount.
We are what the Punch told us when he was arrested, that he was arrested for alleged 8 billion naira fraud, right? So that's what we got from the Punch. Let me just work on that.
8 billion.
Now
I'm saying some different here.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I have from the Punch News. That's what we got here now.
All put together is 8 billion.
So now you rhyme. Let me use you as an instance now. I want us to press some calculator, and make some transactions and see. Okay,
is it a transaction that's going to bring money?
No, allegedly. Okay, they were arrested for embezzling 8 billion naira. We know when news come up like this and we see the allegedly of a thing, alleged and stuff like that, we know what it means. But let's just keep it at alleged. Okay, 8 billion naira. You took 8 billion naira, rhyme, and I took you to court, or whoever took you to court, and at the end of the day, you were granted 100 million naira bail for each of them. How many are there altogether?
There are 3 of them.
3 of them. So each person paying 100 million naira, that's 300 million naira minus it from 8 billion naira. We are still talking about almost the same 8 billion naira, no difference.
No, but if EFCC invites you, if EFCC got you, definitely they'll see some of this money. This money will be taken, even if it's not a complete one. They're going to get that cash.
Right.
They will not. It will not be speculated in the news that they have taken back the money or half of the money.
It will not be speculated. Yes, I know. But why are we always going with this whole bail of a thing? See, right? Honestly, I just laugh words. But you can't tell me that someone will embezzle this amount of money and you take the person to court. At the end of the day,
but they're still on investigation.
On investigation of what? Rhyme. Are we told?
I wanted to read. You don't know why I'm saying this. I wanted to read because all 8 million. This definitely is more than 8. Because if I want to read,
if you embezzle public fund, do you know how many people that amount of money have maybe made them lose their lives and stuff like that? The money would have been channeled to other things, other important things that people would have benefited from. And you want to tell me that such crime are not supposed to be punishable by jail terms? Not just 10, 20 years, like if not life imprisonment. Until we begin to take things like this very serious. No, until we begin to assign heavy punishment, if possible death.
Punishment by death.
Because if you don't attach heavy punishment to them, it will never stop.
Which is not allowed.
We know in the past, which I'm not going to mention, several persons that have embezzled public funds, how much bail did they end up getting?
Yeah, well, okay, so there's a whole lot of stories. I'm even tired of talking.
0700 903 903 903 for your call. 0817 175 6338 for your WhatsApp calls and WhatsApp messages. Just call and you talk on any of the things we brought out, any of the topics, and any other one of interest. Too much things here and there happening, so just say whatever thing you have in mind about the country. Just say it. But please, while you're talking, be civil. Let me borrow Juday's statement. Please be civil. All right, just watch what you say. This is a national radio, and you have to mind your language. No inciting words, no inciting comments, please. And when you call us, do well to turn down the volume on your radio. This is night, right? So that we can hear you very well.
So that we can hear you
very well. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, good evening. Good evening to you.
Hello. Good evening to you.
Mrs. Kenneth.
Yeah, well, Mrs. Kenneth.
How are you doing this evening?
Great.
We are
great.
Good.
Mrs. Kenneth, you're welcome on board.
Thank you. I'm wanting to talk on 3 topics. The one about the POS.
Okay.
The one about politics.
Okay.
And then the one about the legal system, the corruption and, litigation process.
Yeah.
All right.
So, the reference to the POS matter, in Nigeria, that we did not create.
Hello, Mrs. Kinney. Are you there? Okay, I think that's a network problem. All right, Mr. Kennedy, I know it's a network problem, so you just try to call back again. I don't know if it's raining anywhere or I don't know. At night like this, we're supposed to have a clear service. Network service is supposed to be clear and beautiful. We're not supposed to have any glitch at all, but sometimes this happens. Maybe it's what's going on in the country. All this bad omen is affecting our communication. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
Good evening, Mr. Raya.
Okay, this is Paulinus, right?
Yeah, right. Very, very right. Good evening, Mr. Desir.
Yeah, Mr. Paulinus. Good evening to you. How are you doing today?
I'm good. You people are Tom and Jerry. When you people are complete, show we over to it. I'm telling you. Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
How are you people doing?
We're good.
We are good. Thank you.
Yeah, they just brought our light. It's not up to 15 minutes now, so I'm not even listening. But the small one, I want to ask if you people talk of this our president arrival, because I don't see all these things anything that prove that our president is back from state, all those things. I don't know what you people talk about, but anyway, today is the open mic.
No, today. No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So I don't understand our president arrival from the travel. No interview, no anything. I don't understand this our country with this our government. They are just doing things anyhow they like, thinking that we don't know how to do it. Anyway, let's God bless Nigeria.
But he came like Jesus coming for a rapture.
I'm telling
like
you.
In the night.
All we know is that
he came like it in the night. Your president came like it in the night.
Okay,
we were told he's back, so we know.
He came like in the night. He came like in the night.
It's like Mr. Raya, you are the one that welcome him. This one you are defending him like this. You are the one that welcome him, right?
He's a good man. Your president is a good man. He's trying. He's doing his best. That's his best that he's doing.
He's a good man indeed.
Yes, he's doing his best. See how the country is fine, beautiful. Everything is going well.
This our government now. Oh my God. I'm still saying it. Let God bless Nigeria. May God bless Nigeria. That is the same. It's somehow. Let's say make I hear on a voice. Like about 3 days now. I never hear on a voice. Yes.
Thank you.
Are doing well. I beg. I will not sleep till when I close. Last time I sleep. You know, I see they go now.
It's okay. No problem.
All right.
God bless you.
Good night. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. So there's a lot happening.
A country where citizens are taken for granted. What do you expect?
Yeah, we're used to it.
What do you expect?
We're used to it. Tomorrow, I also want to talk about this U.S.-France military base that is coming into Nigeria, the effects, the negativity that it's really going to bring, and all of that stuff. For those of you who are saying, oh, okay, because you are in the United States or you are in Europe and you feel that France and the United States coming to have a military base here will do us good, you will have to explain yourself. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ryan.
Yes, good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Tete.
Yeah, good evening to you. What's your name and your location?
Good evening. This is Ola.
Oh, Allah, how are you today?
I'm fine, good, sir. How about you too?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. I want to talk a little thing about the politics level today.
Okay.
So concerning this Fubara stuff, I think it's more that shoot himself on himself. So he should feel the tone alone and that.
You said what? Sorry?
And that's the tone alone. I think it's Fubara that caused the whole thing for himself.
Oh.
I think he should down the tunes alone.
So, but is there any problem? Is there any wahala with Fubara right now?
You know, this. I don't know whether somebody from Ikiti that told him when they were saying like he was training in the. I think he cannot fight with it to the end. He should not even start the fight at all. So if he is not ready to fight to finish, so he should not have started the fight. Instead of going somewhere to sign the legal paper or whatever or this. So I think he's not shooting himself on the leg, so he should down the tune all by himself. And concerning his politics, so they are just playing game of interest. This is not politics. We know how politics is played in other countries. This is not politics. They are just playing game of interest and game of cabal. So that is the thing. And I don't know how true this is. This new bill that they passed in the house today. That
yesterday
they should be sentenced to these people, drug people.
Who? Sorry?
Drug, anybody that are involved in drug. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I don't know how true this news. They did a sign from the house of from the senator that anybody involved in drug, like cocaine, whatever, that they should be sentenced to death. Like maybe dead by hanging. I don't know if that news is true.
Anyway, they are passing. The lawmakers are actually passing a stiff penalty for people who do drugs, but I don't know.
Penalty for people
I don't know if. Well, hold on. I don't know if they have actually done that, but it's still on. So I don't know if they've finalized it, but we're looking at it. If they finalize it, I'll bring the story and I'll let you guys know about it. But they are.
If by chance they can involve the people in making Nigerian money, add it to anybody involved in it, they should give them a death penalty. I think that will reduce this looting and siphoning of money in India. I know it's them, they will never do that. So, it's a game of interest. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Okay, so I'm thinking, because that's a whole lot. One of the trending stories here is what's going on in River States, and which I don't even want to engage until tomorrow. But then there's a caller. Hello, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good evening. My name is Tony.
Tony, calling from where?
Yeah, Nakbaja.
Okay, Nakbaja, okay.
I just want to talk about, or know more things about Fubara. The rumored impeachment talk saga also. I said it before. House of Assembly in River State, are they PDP or APC? They are APC, almost all of them. How can 11 players facing one player with one goalkeeper? How would that match be? Look at Wike and Abia State. I think majority of his House of Assembly members are from other parties, not his own party, if I'm not mistaken, sir. Look at what he's doing, because we don't have Godfather. So I don't know the arrangement they make upstairs that make Fubara to agree that those House of Assembly members should still be there. When they are no more your party, they're supposed to vacate that seat by law. It's not possible. I know it will come, because all of them are talking of their fatherism. They are talking of Wike. There was Wike. So Fubara cannot make anything. The only power he has is because the people are behind him. But by law, I think he will find it difficult. So he has to be very careful. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it. And for those who want to hear more of what's going on there, I'll quickly, just going to be fast before a caller will call in. And, there is a tension at Rivers Assembly. And, of course, okay, I picked this call first. Hello, what is your name, please?
Good evening.
Okay, welcome back, Mrs.
Yeah.
Kenny.
Mrs. Kenneth, yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. So I said I wanted to speak on 3 topics.
Okay, you're very clear now, and I appreciate that.
Okay, I should go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You're very clear, and I like that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Okay. So, in reference to the POS matter,
Okay.
I'm thinking, can you still hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
All right, wonderful. I'm thinking that let me kind of like step aside. That's a broad topic, but let me step aside to talk more about banking and the fees, and then come back to the POS to tie it up. So we learned banking in Nigeria. Banking is not, innate in Nigeria. It's a borrowed practice. And so if we borrowed banking, then we need to copy properly.
Okay.
Now, what I'm trying to say here specifically, in the Western world, America to be specific,
Okay.
there's a particular bank, J.P. Morgan Chase Bank to be specific. They do not charge all these, middle fees here and middle fees here, like COT, and all the transaction fees. There's one thing they do. They have a balance requirement. So like every month, you're supposed to meet a specific threshold of your gross average monthly balance. When you maintain that balance, then transactions are free, except for things like stock payment fee, wire transfer fee, ATM fee, but any other, funny, freely kind of fees that we charge in Nigeria, they're not there. Now, it even gets better. If you maintain higher balances for the more affluent customers, all these other fees are minimized. They will give you free checks, they can give you free stock payments, they can give you some different checks because you're maintaining higher balances with them. I'm saying this to say, with the POS transactions, when you go to a POS terminal, the POS people might not like me when I'm saying this, but it is for our common good.
Okay.
I feel that for every transaction that comes through, so it's like if I want to withdraw my daily limit of POS transactions, some banks are 100, some banks are 200, whatever is specific to your bank. If I'm wanting to withdraw that amount, even with a POS agent, I feel that it is only fair that that person is charged one fee, as long as that transaction is one. So if I'm wanting to withdraw 100,000 naira, one transaction, I feel we should be charged only 100 naira. That's not the case. If you want to make a withdrawal, they charge you 100 naira for every 5,000 naira. That is Sherlock. That's Shylock.
Okay.
And I think that the regulation authority, I'm expecting that it should be CBN, since they are the custodians of banking in Nigeria, and since banking is something we borrowed and copied, well, this is copied properly. Again.
Okay, you're okay. Network problem. Okay, are you there, Mrs. Kenny? Are you there? All right. This network wouldn't allow us today. Mr. Kenny. Okay. Wow. So I really cannot hear you. And that's the second time this is happening. All right. Do it to call us back. Yeah, hello. What's your name? Who are you calling from? Hello? Hello? Okay.
What's going on?
I don't know. Okay, this one here says U.S. France military base. We are sure of facts. Peter, Minister of Information, Sadiq is the one saying this. Let me read this before I take a call. Now, Professor Abubakar Sadiq, Director, Center of Democratic Development Research and, of course, Training in Zaria, has insisted there were moves to cite the United States and France military bases in Nigeria. Now, although the Minister of Information and the National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, in a statement on Monday, described as false the claim that the Nigerian government was to consider and establishing such a military base in the country. Sadiq claimed that the ministers in illiberal democracies or totalitarian regime often don't know what takes place behind the scenes, saying he pities the Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris. Okay, but you guys know that, yeah, well, if you come out to say it's false, we all know that it's the truth. And everybody is against it, just as we are also against the, the cybersecurity levy. We're also against it. So this one is another problem that we're going to have by having a military base here. Talk about France and the United States. Let me tell you, maybe I'm going to explain a little bit more on what that means to other African countries, mostly the junta-led government. But hello, what's your name, please?
Hello, yes, I'm back again.
Oh, it's you, Mrs. Kenny. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm not sure where you stopped, where the network interruption came. Was it when I was talking about CBN being a custodian?
Yes,
of
exactly.
The banking
exactly.
System?
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
I'm thinking that CBN, being a custodian of the banking system, needs to put in place regulations whereby if somebody maintains a certain balance, banks in Nigeria should not be allowed to be charging COT, because those COT charges are enormous. Just calculate it and then do the multiplying effect on all the customers within the bank. Nigerians are being milked from every direction.
Yeah.
Banking was copied from the Western world. We need to copy properly. These COT charges need to go. I'm saying it. Banking needs to be in favor of the customers. That's that. So just to explain it completely, are listening and they're like, okay, you were talking about average Muslims. When you meet them, you're only charged one fee, and you're not charged fee for the balance because for your account, because you're maintaining the monthly requirement. But when you do not meet the monthly required, it's only one fee that you're charged, not multiple fees for every transaction you do on your account. Yes, you'll be charged if you go to a non-Chase bank to make a withdrawal. There is a non-Chase bank fee. But if you use all the Chase ATM, you will not be charged. Sometimes in Nigeria, we're charged like 15 naira for a fee after some certain. So there are some certain things that need to be worked out in the banking system, and CBN should take charge of that.
Okay.
So what I'm saying in summary for the first item I picked, which was for the POS and it dovetailed into transactions, is that any POS transaction, if it is one bulk transaction, not split into multiple transactions, it should only be 100 naira.
That's you're talking about bulk transaction, bulk.
Yes, what I mean by bulk is I'm wanting to make a withdrawal from the POS agent, and I tell them, "Can you give me 100,000?" And they say, "Yes, they can." And they just bing bang boom, debit my account 100,000 naira, just one transaction. I should be charged only 100 naira, not 100 times the number of 5,000 you can get from 100,000.
Exactly.
It's wrong. So because if they keep charging like that, if I'm not mistaken, 5 into 100 is 20. So I'm looking at 20 times 100. Look at it, for goodness. 20 times 100 is 2,000 naira. You can say, what is 2,000 naira? 2,000 naira is a lot. So that takes care of that. That, if they need to approach me, I'll tell them some more details, but let me know what the viewers. Now for the second one, about politics. The onus is on the people that are electing the people, the politicians. You see, we Nigerians are compromising too much. And we are so, I guess a lot of us are really in dire straits. So any money they give us, you will drive the person to the high heavens and call them names that will make them feel that they are, all in all. Yes, honor and respect, your political leaders, but make sure you're not selling out for generations coming behind you. That's what I'm saying. So really, we can't really talk too much about what is going on in the political arena, because it is us, the people that elected them, that made it happen or allowed it to happen or enabled it to happen. So if we look case study, I love that woman that was in charge of the election in Abia State.
Yeah.
She did not sell out. And she was offered a huge ton of money. I bet you she didn't have that amount in her account, but she had integrity, and she decided not to compromise. Those are the kind of people we want.
I don't know if she took the money or not, but if I was to be in her shoes, I would take the money and still do what is best for the people.
I mean, nobody is gonna kill the person for. So it's like if but what I'm saying is that we need people that can stand up and say, no, I will not compromise, and she's my heroine. I will celebrate her till I die, and I will talk about her to all my generations to come after me. So those are the kind of people we should copy in Nigeria. We need more of those kind of people.
Yes, we do.
And there's some other examples. So I've dealt with 2 matters.
Yeah.
Then the last, and by no means, is the legal system.
Okay.
Again, we learned legal system from the Western world. Law is not, at least the law we practice today, is not from Nigeria. We learned it from somewhere.
Okay.
In recent times, I happened on some news on the internet where I believe a country in Asia, Singapore, they hired competent legal professionals in the judiciary system as judges to clear out the backlog of cases. When they did that, the legal system was sanitized and able to, afterwards, I think the ones that wanted to go back to their own private practice did that, or whatever they wanted to do, they did that. But that is something we in Nigeria should look at. I'm talking to the CJN to consider that. Now, the lawyers, the judges in positions that adjudicate different cases, they have such an enormous responsibility. Case loads that are sometimes 20 years old, and yet the adjudication system is still low in Nigeria. I feel, just as they have revised their paycheck and they're now properly, I'm expecting that a lot of them will now shirk the opportunity for any, complimentary, unethical practices. I'm not accusing them. I'm just saying generally speaking,
I know. I understand.
That they would find it less attractive to compromise. The propensity would be, I'm expecting, I'm always a positive, one of my friends called me a queen of positive thinking. But truly speaking, I'm thinking that when we do this, and with their new pay package, well as the extended tenure for them because they've extended their retirement age, I feel they'll be encouraged to do the right thing, especially when the workload has reduced and they see a light at the end of the tunnel. Then, once it's reduced drastically, those that want to go back to practice can go back to practice and do what they need to do. So these are my humble submissions. I hope I haven't gone too much off tangent.
Yeah, well, it's okay.
And I hope I've...
Yeah, well, it's very okay. I appreciate the fact that you humbly have given out your submissions about these three areas. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mrs. Kenneth.
Thank you very much, and I always end and wrap it up. God bless you, P. God bless you, Ryan. God bless you. What's the name of the gentleman over there?
Dozie.
Your co-anchor.
Dozie.
Dozie.
Yes.
Jide How about that?
Jide yeah, thank you so much.
Did you understand what I said?
Yes, of course I did.
Y'all are doing a great job, all of you, Ryan, everybody. Y'all are doing it. Even those that are, God bless y'all.
Thank you so much. God bless you too.
Nigeria go better in our time.
Yeah, definitely.
Amen.
All right, so take care. Good job.
All right, you too. Thank you so very much for calling in. I can see the face of King Remy. You're trying to call in. He just waved and disappeared. But before he calls, or before I pick your call, King Remy, this one here says, Prince Harry, wife to arrive Nigeria tomorrow, Friday. Prince Harry, his wife is coming into town. What is he coming to do? The military made the announcement. Let me just chunk this a little bit so you understand what's going on. The Defense Headquarters, the DHQ, has said the Duke of Success, Prince Harry, will be arriving in Abuja tomorrow to visit wounded soldiers. Can you imagine that? So Duke of Success Prince Harry is respected among world militaries for launching the Invictus Games, a sport event for military personnel wounded in action in 2014. So the game first took place in London in 2014. And of course, the word Invictus is a Latin word for unconquered, choosing as an embodiment of the fighting spirit of the wounded, injured, and sick service personnel and what they can achieve. All right, post injury. And so the sport has actually helped to inspire recovery, support rehabilitation, and of course generate a wider understanding and respect for those who serve their country in the military. Bottom line, the wife of Prince Harry will be coming tomorrow. Hello. What is your name, please? And where are you calling from?
Hello, good evening.
Good
My
evening
name
to
is
you.
Malik from Gowon Estate,
All right.
Adimosho Local Government.
Okay, that was direct. Welcome on board.
Yeah. I just want to be brief on one or two issues.
Okay.
I disagreed with the issue of minimum wage with the Labour Congress of 615,000 naira.
Why?
Because why? The reason is this. They said because of the cyber server levy, that if Labour, if they agreed to that figure, they don't mind, Nigerians will be paying that money. It's not all Nigerians that are working. The Civil Service Commission, we don't have Nigerians that are working in federal government are not up to 2 million. And the Nigerian police force, hello?
Yeah, we're listening. Go ahead, please.
Okay, the Nigerian police force only has a workforce of not more than 400,000, which is the highest. NMPC is 24,000. Nigerian Customs has 24,000 personnel. NMPC is just 2,000 to 4,000 personnel. So the others are ministry, parastatals, and agencies. So when you're saying 615 and we don't mind paying the server fee, many Nigerians that have accounts in banks, some have accounts in banks, they are not working. They send money to them. So when you say send money, they charge them. These are the issues they need to look into. Yeah, it's not everybody that have bank accounts that is working. Number two.
All right.
Yeah. Number two, there are people that work in private firms. If the government firm increases this minimum wage, the private firms are not going to increase. Number three, the people that are selling goods in the market are going to increase prices of goods, thinking the whole Nigerians are working. And we are about over 250 million Nigerians. And people that are working in the federal government are no more than 2 million. Number three, number four, I'm not in support of the IMF loan imposing cyber levy on us that there is the only to service that loan. No, IMF has never done good to any country.
At all.
IMF, I'm not in support of IMF. For one, we have crude oil wells in this country. If I were to be the president of Nigeria, I'll face one thing. I can use these 4 years and say, okay, we have problem of electricity in this country. I'll bring experts and expatriates and technocrats, professionals to the table. These 4 years, let's solve electricity. If I'm going to go for another 4 years, let's solve infrastructural, like building of roads. We cannot be doing all these things at the same time. All these guys are just scamming us.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So that is just my contribution. One thing should be done one after the other. And number two, these people know Nigerians. We talk a lot, but we have less action. Okay. I want us to do less talk and more action. The way this action can happen is this. Look at countries like Rwanda, Sierra Leone, all these countries. We have to come out. Blood must drop for Nigerians to be good. There have to be sacrifices. Let's come, shut down the country, shut down this economy. Let these things happen once and for all, and let's forget about it. If not, the way it's going in the next century to come, it will still continue. Those subjugated juggernauts over there ruling us, they know that these guys only complain. They cannot do anything.
Yes.
So me, I'll be in the front line. If there's going to be a movement that we come out, all Nigerians, leave your work, leave what you are doing, both the private and public sector. Let us face this thing. Whether the armies will come out, police, we don't care about it. It happens in the Netherlands and all this. We have to face it once and for all. Let the blood drop. You understand? Let's change things. Number 5, let's change the institutions. Our institutions are the police, the court. They are not doing well because of bribes. When you pay these people low amount of money, and when there are cases, they turn black to white, white to black. When I come to bribe you 50, 100 billions of naira, they will turn these cases over. So there needs to be a total overhaul in the systems.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Number 6, the issue of terrorism. This police personnel, this army, they collected low money. They have families. This kidnapping issue, these police and soldiers, they are the ones that give information to these bandits. And this because they do VVIP to these big men and big personalities. When they go, they collect this money. When they give them ransom, they share it with them because why? They pay them low money.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So thank you, sir. That's my contribution.
All right. Before you go, I just want to tell you something. The reason why I actually allowed you to talk about let blood drop, I have a reason why I let that happen. And you said you will be at the forefront. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be at the forefront. If my drop would drop for Nigerian to be good,
okay.
I'm ready because that blood have to drop.
That's well, okay. Thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate the fact that you've given your submission. Thank you so much. I noticed that Desiree was actually trying to stop him. I said, no, don't. Let him speak. Let him speak. The reason why I allowed him, he said he will be at the forefront. So he already know that if he wants to be at the forefront, first, he can be. This is not. It has nothing to do with inciting anything. It's just coming up with some solution. Now, as a matter of fact, if he were to be in the shoes. Okay, so hello, King Remy. Welcome on board. Where is King? Okay. Hello, King Remy. You're welcome on board.
Your Excellency.
Your Royal Highness. Your Royal.
Right, Evangelist Prime. And
Your Royal Highness. Your colleague.
I greet you.
Your colleague is coming to Nigeria tomorrow.
With his wife.
When I saw
his
the
wife.
news,
when
I saw the news, I've been contacting my friends because I saw weather forecast. I checked weather forecast for Nigeria, Lagos in particular tomorrow as a benchmark. It's going to be 33 degrees. Which is very hot. Right, I go bake for that kind of weather. Even today.
So the question is, you go bake, but what about the Prince Harry's wife who's coming tomorrow?
So what
are they going to put an ice block on her skin and cover her with some stuff?
No, she will be. I mean, she will enjoy it.
Remember, she's also a black lady, though. She's not turned to.
It doesn't matter, bro. But she's not used to. I mean,
I
very
know.
hot.
I understand that.
And what I've arranged that people should serve her tomorrow. I mean, gari and granite and cold water. And I have begged some friends to get palm wine, proper palm wine, because the last time I was in Africa, I thought I was going to have proper palm wine. It was one fake one they gave me. So I mean, she's gonna have fun. They will be. I mean, they will all be fine. Now, you see, I listened to the other lady that called earlier, Mrs.
Kene.
Is it Kene?
Yeah.
She's so sweet. She's fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's so.
She's beautiful.
God bless her.
She's sweet.
You see, now, I didn't say sweet, right?
Don't mind right.
She's sweet. No, I mean, when we mean sweet,
when they'll
awesome.
When they'll call for him, I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even be here.
Okay.
So you, that's my bodyguard now. You'll be running away.
No. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't be. If I'll be around, I'll protect you. But when they'll come, I'll not be around. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh wow! I mean, let's say she's a sweetheart of the nation.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying.
Okay, you see. The basic thing that is lagging in Nigeria is Nigeria is a country that is largely morally bankrupt. Okay? When I talk to my friends from different parts of the world, they tell you about American value, German value, British value, French value. Okay? Now, you see, in America, Trump is going to lose this coming election.
I don't think so.
Because No. Wow. Don't let's go there. That's not the essence of tonight.
Let's go there. When you finish the essence. When you finish.
Let me tell you why. Tell you why.
Okay.
There's this guy called Anthony Scaramucci who used to be former communication director of Trump.
Okay.
And he served for 11 days. Before the last election there, he said Trump was not going to win. And the anchor asked him why. He said, well, he doesn't have the money to win because money was going the other way. And right now, top Republican donors are swinging in the way of Biden. Not that they like Biden, of course. I mean, they don't like. I mean, not that they hate Biden.
They don't like him,
but they don't like the democratic ideology, the Democrat ideology. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why, and they believe Biden. What you hear all of them say, Biden is a decent man, even though his policy we don't like, but we know he's able to protect the American value. Do you get that? Now, the problem I have with us in Nigeria, we just do things anyhow. Now,
very anyhow.
Why is it that Wike is not learning? Wike must understand that his behavior right now is like trying to share the glory of God with him. You want to share the glory of God with him. Whatever God used you to help any other human to do does not give the right to be their God. Okay? You're just an instrument. If God used me to buy pure water for you, that does not make me your God. I am just an instrument. If I don't buy that pure water, someone else will come and buy it.
Of course.
So Nigerian politicians must understand this. Look, let us take self out of nation building. The other day I saw a video in Ekiti where some local government people were asked to swear a oath of allegiance to the governor and to the party. That is foolishness. And that's why I beg of you, if you benefit from the failure of Nigeria today, there is a future that will come back to haunt you. If you are dead, and the future could, it will haunt your children and your children.
It's already happening already. It's already happening.
So what we are saying is, let us first of all build the moral value of this country. Because if you build the moral, if all of us have moral consciousness, you will know that you don't really need too much. I don't need too much. Look, this is what my father raised us with. My father always tell my parents to say, when you have money, come out your tithes. Even though I have a different view on that. They will say, come out your tithes and put some money aside for the needy. They make you understand that what you are making is not for you alone. And they taught us about the need to be content with what we have. And what my father used to say is that when you steal money, the money you steal become a curse. Okay? The money you steal become a curse.
Yeah.
Whatever you steal, if I come and steal your shirts, the rhyme, that your fine shirt, that shirt become a curse because it wasn't the product of my sweat. I stole it from you. If you steal somebody's mandate, the mandate become a curse. You are carrying a curse mandate. I think if we are able to internalize sensible ideology, because I listened to Doze lamenting about what did they need this money for. Look at the institution. Everybody's just doing things anyhow. And lastly, governments should understand it is the duty of the powerful to protect the vulnerable. Okay?
Yeah, of course.
It is only in Nigeria that I see the poor paying for the welfare of the rich one, of the wealthy one. We need to back down. And lastly, this time around, lastly, I think religious leaders, you are not supposed to be quiet. Speak up. Many of the people that make this policy in government are your church member.
Yeah, it's true.
They go to your mosque. Tell them. Some people will tell you, the religious leader should not get involved in politics. That's absolute nonsense. Okay? Because we are talking about social development. So the protection of this country, Nigeria is beautiful. And those people who think we have to this, we have to that, it's not about protecting your own tribe or protecting your own state. It's about ensuring that we imbibe this spirit of national empathy. If somebody in Kaduna is in trouble, those of us in Lagos, we feel the trouble. If somebody in Abia is in trouble, the man in Kaduna see the trouble of the man in Abia as his own trouble. But when we come up with this sense of division, because politicians understand that when they divide us, they will have access to the public wealth and they go there and help themselves. Those of you who voted because of tribe in the last election, how are you feeling? Whichever way it goes, these politicians who messed up, who bully you, they know you won't react. And that is why it is important for us to react. it is for the good of the country, not for any tribe or any individual.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right,
King
thank
Remy.
you, King Remy.
All right, now there's a lot of call coming in, but then of course I wanted to. I just like to put this. Dozie has been complaining that should be some set kind of punishment meted for these thieves who call themselves politicians. Now, I'm going to put this to you right here now, that court sends Hadi Sirika daughter to Kuje prison pending satisfaction of bail terms. But I thought they've already given them, 3 of them, bail of 100 million, which we talked about here. Your eye is far from here. Anyways, so she's already headed to Kuje prison. Are you satisfied now?
Did you say satisfied?
I'm just saying.
What on what ground? Like, what are the terms? Pending when what?
Okay,
what did they
fine.
say again? No.
So pending
I've seen it. I just want you to
satisfaction
say
of
it.
bail terms because
So
they are not
after
okay with the bail.
After satisfaction of bail terms.
But for her to get to Kuje prison,
After
do you think she will be
satisfaction
okay?
of bail terms, what happens next?
No, but for her
And
to
how
get to
long do you
Kuje
think
prison,
how long do you think it will take them to satisfy the bail terms?
I don't know.
Come on, let's talk something else, man. It's almost time.
Oh Lord. Okay, I've got 1 or 2 calls before we go. I don't know. Hello. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Chego. I'm calling from the Salon.
All right, Shego, you're welcome on board.
Yeah, I work like.
Okay, Shego, your voice is a little bit down, so I don't know if you can.
I think I work right.
Good, good. We're trying. We're pushing.
Your counterpart, Dozie.
Yeah, Shegu, welcome. How are you doing?
Shego, Dozie is angry.
No, don't mind.
I'm very angry that they should execute all the criminals as politicians embezzling our money.
We are all angry in Nigeria. Nobody's happy with the way things are going, right?
You know that I said something.
Yeah.
On one of your previous programs about Nigeria. And we will still continue to discuss
until things change.
And nothing is changing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Let me start with the corruption of the state. Are you getting it?
Okay.
If we like, let's this your program. Let there be an opportunity for people to call it at 6 o'clock tomorrow, but these people will not listen. I'm telling you because now on the cyber security field. Now, what is CBN telling us? Hello?
Yeah, we're listening. Go ahead.
What are they trying? You see, I don't understand this administration. What are they trying to do? You remove subsidy. You want to go into our personal banking, whatever.
Yeah.
That's taxing. The food is not there. The security is not there. The energy is not there. Are they trying to squeeze the citizens the back? Or you will begin to fall one after the other on the road? Or I don't understand. And I think this is the medium where the media supposed to rise up and let us come together. And this is one of your calls. I've been trying to. I was just opportunity to get it.
So sorry.
We are not going to die on this madness must stop. I'm telling you the gospel is right. And the problem with our democracy, that same 1999 constitution that our politicians and you did it. So we lost. That is not the constitution. It has created a loophole for the politicians. It has created a loophole for the judiciary. It has created, you see, the constitution is not helping this. It's not helping our democracy. How do you explain the happy Sirika family going to court? EFCC get court, they take for something billion. The judiciary is telling them to go and pay billion. That's madness, total madness. Total madness. We try as much as possible to condemn the 1999. If possible, if there's going to be another constitution, let every aspect of the constitution stand on its own. I don't believe corruption will take corruption with the level of the judges, the level they are corrupt. So everybody is just using whatever they have to get whatever they want. I don't think the EFCC should be taking anybody they want to prosecute to court. Be it high court, be it any court. There should be a tribunal for them. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Go and look at all the countries that had an earthquake in Asia. China as an example. In the media man.
Yeah, I know.
You face the tribunal. Are you getting this? You still continue to go round and go round and go round and go round. These people will not listen to us. You remember what happened in Reinstate? Where's the report today? Where's the report? People are there protesting for what the police, that the brutality of the police. Only for the politicians to manipulate it, send some militants to go there after doing nonsense, and you send soldiers to go and kill innocent people. Are we in a periscope republic?
All right.
What are we talking about? I said it so many times on video. Baba Bola Ide, blessed memory, that we should not collect this constitution from Abdulsalam in 1999. But because of the opportunity the politicians are looking for, so where are we finding ourselves today?
All right.
We will continue to talk. That 99 constitution is a fraud. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. There's a lot to be talked about. Chris, oh God. Chris, you have 1 minute.
Let's hear from him.
He's your friend now, huh?
No, not really. It's been a while. Let's just hear from him.
Chris, how are you doing?
Call it a night.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. Good evening.
Good, we're fine. Now, so you're going to make it a 1 minute because it's about 12 o'clock, and so we got to go. Where have you been?
Man, I don't know, man. Lately, I've just been so tired. Like, once I'm done with work, I get so tired and exhausted.
I guess I'll tell you what to do so you can get yourself, if possible, if need be. All right, go ahead. Just 1 minute.
All right, Jose, hi, good evening.
Yeah, Chris, been a while. How you doing? Good evening.
I did. So yeah, we're still back to the same thing, like I've always been saying. Yeah. One thing you never hear me say is saying things like, "Oh, Raheem, I think if the government can do this, if the government can do that," you will never hear me have those kind of discussions. And if discussions, you know why? Because this government happen. Exactly, you will never find me in this kind of discussions.
At least be positive for once now.
No, I'm not.
No, it's not you.
Okay, but it's the truth now. There's no if.
Anything can
There
happen.
is no if. No, nothing can see. I've said this thing before.
For real?
The funny thing is, everything I say even on this show is like, I remember every single thing. Even if you wake me up from sleep, I don't forget. I've always said it. As long as the factor we have currently is still there. So I've always told you, don't preach hope to me if the same factor is still on seat, because there cannot be hope as long as that factor is there. Take away that factor, yeah, bring in someone that we don't know, then you can preach to me about hope. Do you understand? So it's like when you have someone who is possessed with a demon and the person is in your house in a small room caged, all right, then you're not saying, I hope one day the demon will leave this person.
No, but the thing is, if you're saying they're not going to change, could you please give me kind of like an alternative? Alternative is something to do, because right now the job requires us to keep talking. That's exactly what we're doing. So if we stop talking, I'm not going to get paid.
No. I'm not saying we shouldn't stop talking. No, I'm not saying we shouldn't stop talking. So
give me the alternative. What do we do? Somebody called here and said real clearly that if it means for blood to be, to be shed, and even if it's his own blood, because, if you have the opportunity for us to do what we call the uprising, whatever kind of protest to put things right, it means for him to be at the front and blood goes down, that fine. If this is going to change the country, fine by him. So
okay. So so the thing is, I get what that person is saying. It makes sense, but again, Buhari ruled us for 8 years with the whole bad policies and all that. So these guys are in power already. Yeah, so these guys are in power already. These guys do not worship the same God you worship. And I'm not joking. They have their own gods they worship. So when you go to that battlefield, you are giving their own gods the blood they need to continue in power.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm telling you. So it's like more sacrifice. They want it. What do you think? Do you remember how towards December you begin to have lots of accidents on the road? Or in Nigeria? Do you remember? Towards September, October? Yes.
Yeah.
Because the gods then, they need that blood, and I'm not joking, they need the blood. So when you go out there to do what you do, they are happy. Oh, these are fresh blood we need. We've learned a lot from history, even from NSAS. So we all have to be, whatever we want to do, we have to be strategic. But we have given the devil the keys to the city. He has employed his uncles, his brothers. So what are you expecting him to do? To employ good men? He can't employ good men. He needs to employ people with the same heart as his. That is what you're saying now. Yes. So I don't like to engage in if discussions, as long as that factor is still there. But we don't find that kind of discussions here. We can complain all we want, but we've given him the keys to the city. And it will keep getting worse and worse and worse. It's not okay. So
is there any alternative? Is there anything that we can do?
It's not. I'm not the one that would discuss that kind of thing here.
I'm just saying. Any suggestion?
Raheem.
Okay, Chris. I understand you.
Let me just say, Tinubu would finish his 4 years, so we have another chance at the poll.
At the pool? You're not serious. Do you see what happened? You see what happened the last time at the pool?
I saw what happened.
Even some delegates and the American delegates came out. Some people came out to say that, look, this thing was robbed. Everybody knows, the whole world knows about it. But everyone who is supporting it has a share, and because they have small thing that they're going to get, they support, and that's been the thing for the evil people in this world. They support because they know they're going to get a share from that.
Exactly. Let me tell you something before I round off. Please hear me out.
Yeah, please hear him out.
There is nothing in history that hasn't happened before.
Of course.
All right. See, our generation now, let's say we just have 100 years. The next generation coming, maybe say another 100 years, a century. They would always repeat the same thing we have repeated. Even if we're able to get a leader that takes us away from this turmoil, we can have our revolution, we can have a peaceful Nigeria, maybe for 20 or 30 years. the next person coming would also always repeat the same thing someone in our generation repeated, and still impoverish that set of people. Then there's an uprising, there's peace, then there is a revolt. Now, what am I saying? If you look through history, and I'm going back to the Bible now, if you look through history, you would understand patterns. If you understand patterns, you would understand that it's not different from now. Remember, Jesus Christ has 12 disciples. Judas fell out, he had 11. He had empowered them so much, they were even like him to an extent, but didn't have his boldness. Remember, when he died, and the body of Christ was with Pontius Pilate, none of the disciples could get the body out from Pilate. None. Do you remember? None. This is Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the most powerful being in this life. When he died, none could get it out. Guess who got Jesus' body out? It was Joseph. The Bible says a certain rich man called Joseph from Arimathea. Joseph was, he was a disciple of Christ. You get, but more like in politics as well. It's like what we have now. We have rich politicians, but they are still godly. Okay. Joseph of Arimathea was the one who was able to go to the house of Pilate, like the governor's house or Asurok, to negotiate the body of Christ. He was the one who brought out Jesus Christ. 11 disciples could not do it. If you understand what I'm saying, you will understand that you and I, all of us like this, we can't do what we have in our. We can get angry, but we need somebody who is godly, political will, who is wealthy, that can go in there like a Moses, like a Joseph of Arimathea, and negotiate this country out. He's the only one. I'm not joking.
Okay.
And that's why I respect someone like a Peter Obi till today. And for me, he still stands as that beacon of hope for whatever thing we need to do. If we are solidly behind him, he's the only one. There might be other people though, but he's the only one that we have seen, because he moves untouchable. He's someone that has no fear. He's someone who's ungodly. He's someone, there's no corruption found in him when he was tried. So he's that person I still see. There might be others, but say you and I, we cannot. 11 disciples tried. They could not. 11, no. Until Joseph of Arimathea had to come into the picture, who was not the one following Christ like they were following him, just a distant disciple. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you understand the kind of mess we are and how we can actually get out of this. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris.
All right, Dozier.
Yeah, that's it. It's quite unfortunate we found ourselves in this situation, but before we round up, I think there's a message here on WhatsApp. It says, "Good evening, guys. May God bless you both for your good works. I always think if only we will all live forever, all this high rate of stealing from the poor masses would have made sense, bro. But one thing is sure, the more they suffer us, the poor masses, and deprive us of our rights for their selfish interest, the more we are getting wiser and stronger." According to him, even when we are down, these so-called rulers are still hitting us the more. Why? But the repercussion will prevail one day. Thanks, Port Harcourt boy from Iba. Thank you so much, Port Harcourt boy, texting us from Iba. I hope you're doing good. I hope Iba is good. Well, Rhyme, I think that's the much you can take for tonight. Honestly, Nigeria, well, like we always say, we hope one day it gets better. Some persons will tell you to never get better again. They've lost hope. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't blame anyone that actually lost hope, because seeing what happened last year, if we begin to put our minds back to last year and stuff that happened, you find out that so many persons have actually given up on Nigeria. But we are not giving up. We'll never give up. We'll keep believing that one day the country will be better. But the question is, who will bear the cat? Who will be that person that will stand up against all these forces? Because these people who say they are leading us and treating us this way and messing this country up like this and stuff like this. I think I don't know, we need someone who can actually stand up, and then be able to help us fight our battles and help us conquer as a nation. So that is it. Thank you so much, everyone that called, and those that sent their messages, and those that tried to reach us but couldn't reach us. Thank you so much for being part of this. This is Voice of the People 90.3 FM, and this is Nighttime Show with Rhyme and Dozier. Thank you so much. My name is Dozier, and Rhyme is here.
Okay, so thank you guys for every one of you who called in. We actually had to take the pain to get into the midnight. It's 10 minutes past midnight, so we gotta go. We appreciate everyone who called in. Appreciate you guys, and it's not easy, but we definitely will win at the end of the day. For those of you who've got faith, you're putting your hopes up. First of all, take care of the people around you. Take care of yourself, and then, of course, we start talking about how we can deal with what's going on in the country. So God bless you guys. So see you today again. I might be here early, so you never know. So God bless.